Sam and Colby.
We got Sam and Colby.
Yeah, we got Sam and Colby here.
Sam and Colby.
Sam and Colby.
Sit and look through a number of headlines involving your career.
You've ever put a hot dog in a sandwich bread?
I'm Dishonest and welcome to my channel. You don't know me because this is my first YouTube video. However, you have seen the title. I have not seen anybody do a full deep dive of Sam and Colby like at all. However, this video, no hate towards the people involved, no hate towards Sam and Colby, no hate towards their girlfriends. Anyways, let's hop into the video. Sam was born, Sam Golbach. He was born November 27th, 1996. Oh, Robert Brock, so his name is not Colby, he just goes by Colby. He was born January 2nd, 1997. They were both born in Overland Park, Kansas. They gained notoriety and popularity November 13, 2014 with their public disturbance videos of them going to the mall, filming vines. They originally met in band camp when they were in high school. They actually used to get bullied in high school for having a Vine following. However, they did not let this stop them and they continued to do what they wanted to do with pursuing social media and gaining confidence. They both graduated in high school in 2015 at Blue Valley High School in Kansas, and then they moved to Los Angeles that same year. They moved into the infamous Vine building on 16th Vine Apartments. The average rent at that time, because I just thought it was interesting, was about $1,400 to $1,500 in 2016. Now rent for a 2-bedroom in that same apartment is $3,900. Anyways, I digress. Based off like my knowledge from me being a fan of them for a little bit, is I remember they did like this significant, like this really iconic dance that is probably so cringy to people nowadays. I mean, to be honest, it really had the girls fawning and writing Wattpad stories about them, so they were obviously doing a good job somehow, some way, right? With this confidence that they were trying to exude, they ended up starting Project Meta Life. Since they struggled with their self-confidence, reading books, taking online courses, and everything and then some, they wanted to teach life skill confidence over to their viewers. It was really just to assist with real-life scenarios, teach life skills. They partnered with experts with major life events or diagnosis or situations, but however, they are not licensed professionals to give you that information, hence why they ended up partnering with licensed professionals. The content was a platform that includes a video library with life advice, structured video courses, and live streams. The topics they would cover range from topics from dealing with anxiety to general personal life issues. From my memory, I remember that they ended up doing like kind of 2 of these meta projects. Like one, I think is when they like first originally started on social media and they kind of started gaining like more popularity. This was like after Vine had shut down, but we'll get to that. I couldn't find any information of when they first did it, but I found the information of when they did it again, but it shortly got shut down in 2020. So let's spin back to 2014. So that's when they started posting their public disturbance videos. They officially made their first YouTube channel October 2014. November 13th, 2014, posted the YouTube video. So October 27th of 2016, they posted their final Vine 3 months prior to the shutdown after they had moved from Kansas to California. So from about 2015 to 2017, their YouTube content was very much relating to their viewers. The main demographic was young women. And because obviously, they're cute, they're attractive, whatever. They would also make the sketches with Samantha and Colleen, and they would really just kind of tap into the trends. They did not have their niche yet of what they were going to post, so they did typical, like, what you see like with the 2016, 2017 videos. When they were living in 1600 Vine, like that apartment that everybody lived in, they were doing like a bunch of different collabs, whatever, but then they had ended up really like forming a group, which is now, as we know, as the Trap House, which included Jake Weber, Corey Shear, Aaron Doe, and Elton Cassie, I think that's what his name is. They would always do like the challenges and stuff like that. They would always go very over the top with their videos, and a couple times that did create a little bit of controversy, especially when Sam, I think he broke his nose. A bunch of different stuff. They would throw parties there. The cops would come, they were gonna get evicted, like they were having a ball. I do remember they also had a secondary trap house that did not include Elton. They had ended up stopped working with Elton completely together. I don't think they really ever explained why. I was really trying to find information on that, but I really couldn't find anything that was really sticking to the fact of why they stopped working with Elton. Around 2017, 2018, they started posting the 24-hour challenges, and that's when they hit like big time followers, big time subscribers, because they were already steady from their Vine days, but they officially found their niche when they started doing over the top 24-hour challenges And their most popular videos, they have millions upon millions of views. I remember they had ended up, I think, in a furniture store when they had done a 24-hour challenge. And that video gave me so much anxiety, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when it first came out, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to watch it. What the hell is going on? Literally, I don't know how the flying fuck they didn't get caught, but they very much did not get caught. January 3rd, 2019, their YouTube fandom page notes the shift of increasingly focus their exploration and moving away from the trendy comedy videos. And it started with them doing exploration videos, which had ended up also getting some controversy as well because they were breaking the law. So you would see them look at a no trespass sign and be like, screw it, we're gonna hop over this fence, we don't care. But I remember they had ended up going into this abandoned place and they had ended up hearing a scream, and they were in Maryland, and they saw a helicopter that thought they were looking for them. Somebody ended up passing that night.
When the Island Boys had made a video, they were talking about Laura Wallen's unfortunate passing by the hands of her boyfriend at the time.
January 26, 2019, Sam and Colby were arrested for trespassing on an abandoned school, but they had ended up taking a break from posting on social media, but they had ended up coming back on social media, and when they had came back on social media, they had ended up profiting pretty much off of their arrest. So they started seeing shirts with their mugshots on it, they found it funny, and everybody kind of like looked past it. This began their pivot entirely to haunted exploration content. And one of their earlier videos, when they had first started posting YouTube in this abandoned house, and they kind of like made it like scary. But I think that was definitely their niche of doing that, and they had even gone back and created a whole series with one of their childhood friends, and they had ended up going ahead and revisiting one of the old abandoned places they used to visit in Kansas. October 26th of 2019, they launched their web series of Stranded with Sam and Colby on Snapchat, exploring the ghost town Centralia, Pennsylvania. And I remember that was like a really like hyped up thing. I only watched like a couple of like episodes. In 2020, the Trap House group is active, and they posted a tour in April 2020. And then fast forward a little bit, in March of 2021, they posted a video titled Why We Don't Film Together Anymore, as they reference the Trap House members no longer live with one another. The Trap House used to film videos of Corey Shear pretty much revisiting his childhood with the Hat Man, Jake Weber pretty much not saying he's a skeptic and he doesn't believe in the paranormal. So did Elton. And Aaron Doe, he ended up, I believe, dealing with his personal life off camera, so we really didn't see him for a while. Ended up not filming together, and the reason why that ended up creating some drama is because Jake said he was a skeptic, hence to this day he still films videos about exploring haunted places, and so does Corey Shear. So in 2022, they published their haunted exploration deep dive videos, and ignites their full shift into that particular type of content. Ended up going completely full out Zach Bagans. They were out here with the equipment. They were out here trying to contact spirits. They were out here making collabs with like Selena Spooky Boo, Call Me Chris, and a couple different creators. I remember they even had Manny Envy waiting there, and freaking makeup influencers coming with them during one of their Hell Weeks a couple years back, exploring haunted stuff, right? In February 2023, Colby Brock ended up also being diagnosed with testicular cancer. He received chemotherapy, and he announced that he was cancer-free May 2023 to spread awareness about prioritizing his health, as well as Sam Goldbach being by his side through it all. They had ended up making a video when Colby had ended up coming out explaining how he had ended up finding that he had been diagnosed with testicular cancer, and how Sam ended up actually helping him with the treatments of keep his hair while he was undergoing treatment and chemotherapy. And he had ended up being cancer-free, and he's still cancer-free to this day. So this is Colby Brock's dating history. Some of these are alleged, some of these are rumored, some of these are confirmed, okay? His current girlfriend, Malia, they've been dating since December 2023, and they are still in an ongoing relationship. They've been posting each other so much, very much in love. It's super cute. Now, the biggest one that I remember, the girls who were super obsessed with Colby Brock were infatuated the relationship dynamic of Shay Elise, which he ended up, I think, meeting her around 2016, 2017, and really ended up stemming off this confusion of like, who are they, what are they, you know, a couple, are they not a couple? Ended up because Sam and Colby did a challenge in the first original Trap House where they were it was like the take your clothes off challenge. And if you didn't want to answer a question, you pretty much had to take your clothes off. I remember Sam had ended up asking, are you and Shay like you know, hooking up or like something along those lines, because that video I believe is now deleted.
Yeah, but we deleted the freaking video, so we have to make it funny again. Okay, your adventure buddies, girl? Have you ever done anything sexual with her?
Everybody was like, oh my god, this is the confirmation, like him and Shay are together. And ended up like kind of like redacting what he had said. He's like, no guys, we're just friends, I swear. And to be honest with you, no tea, no shade, but everybody knows that's a crock of shit. There was a lot of sexual attention there that they did not want to disclose, but like everybody knew about it. The spooky buddies and the adventure buddies, they had ended up really not posting after that. I believe they still follow each other on Instagram, but really nothing has ended up coming up from that. Amber Scholl was a big one for sure, because everybody was like, Amber Scholl is a DIY fashion diva queen, and then Colby Brock is like an emo dude, and it was like when two worlds collide, because it was really like an iconic duo. Like I definitely remember that. And the reason why people think that they were allegedly dating is because of the fact that they posted some freaky deaky ass TikToks together. Like we're talking like she's in fuzzy handcuffs, she barely ain't got no clothes on, doing something like with like her legs like wrapped around like Colby. They're really intricate in there, and like I don't blame her twin, but like, you know, people are gonna assume, but it's all alleged. Nothing was ever confirmed with that one. You also had Stas, and it was Katrina and Stas, and they were both friends, doing exploration videos with them and like the haunted videos with Sam and Colby. And yet again, allegedly, the shippers were out here like, oh my god, like Stas and Colby, like oh my goodness, like everybody was eating that shit up. But it ended up not being confirmed. They don't make videos anymore, obviously, because Katrina and Sam are no longer together. I digress. We'll get to Sam in a few. One is one I had to really pull from my brain files, and this was around 2018. Her name was Hallie Kirk. She no longer posts on social media, but I remember she was very big on Musical.ly before it became TikTok. And there is this picture. I'm gonna put it up here now. Allegedly, even though it is very much his merch that says take chances on it.
I know you get this a lot, but what's up with you and Colby? Me and Colby are just friends. Yeah, that's it. There's literally nothing else to address. He's a good person, I love him, but we are just friends.
Everybody was like, oh my god, Hallie Kirk, da da da, because Hallie Kirk used to date Bryce Hall, but I digress. So that's definitely all alleged for sure, of the majority of that. The only confirmed girlfriend that Colby had that he posted publicly has been Malia. Super duper cute couple, love that for them. Now let's get to Sam Goldbach. He's had like pretty like steady like long-term relationships. His longest one to date has been Katrina Stewart. They dated for about 8 years, and online sources say that allegedly, they had ended up breaking up because Sam was not ready to get married after 8 years, and Katrina ended up going deuces, like not having it. Then his follow-up girlfriend, controversy there because after 6 months of being broken up with Katrina Stewart, he ended up getting with Caitlin Duncan, and their relationship really didn't last long after the breakup. Another controversy allegedly is because Caitlin was friends with Katrina and Sam, but then ended up dating Sam after they had broken up. So people thought that's a little suspicious, babe. If you're plotting on him, like let us know. The relationship didn't last long. Couldn't even find a timeline on it. That's how short that relationship was. She still posts about him. He's very much in a relationship with somebody else who we're about to get into, but very much still posts about him, still subs him. Posted a picture of them together, and he literally embarrassed her going, hey babes, we're not in a relationship anymore. I don't know why the fuck she posted this. And everybody was low-key like gagged. They were like, yeah, okay, diva. And then now his current girlfriend is Sophia Dozy, and she has been popular ever since I knew that Vine was a thing. Okay, like her and her flexibility, flipping her freaking legs and her feet pretty much damn near touch her nose. Sam, I see you. I see you, it's fine. But yeah, she's a gymnast. She had her start on Vine. Been dating since August of 2025. Let's jump back into what they are dealing with the controversies as of current date.
I know this isn't a current date controversy, but I do recall that terrible prank they did on Mr. Sam with the diabolical other Sam Pepper, and they ended up deleting the video. But yet again, the internet never deletes anything.
Conjuring House with Cody and Santori. The allegations are pretty much that they're faking it. And that came out that like the whole foot tapping and saying Sam, your grandma's talking to me saying she's watching over you was a complete BS. A lot of fans on the internet were really clocking tea on Reddit. People who have been their fans for a long time did solely believe when they first originally had started with their exploration videos and their haunted videos of really trying to contact the spiritual world, that they had ended up kind of like losing why they originally started. It didn't really feel as genuine anymore. People kind of thought that they were just doing it now and trying to get like shock values, especially like during like their Hell Week, because usually like Hell Week, they post like videos back to back to back, like an hour and a half long. And people didn't think that they were really doing their research anymore before they would go ahead and like post like the videos. Some fans also did not like who some of their guests were, who they would bring on to their videos. There's also rumors that they would go in their comments and delete comments or disable comments on certain videos, and fans thought that they were kind of like being silenced in a way. They want to voice their opinion to the creators that they have supported for like literally a decade, and people are now kind of thinking like, oh, like, are you trying to silence me like for my opinion? So that's been a big thing for sure. It's because another one is that they have not publicly addressed many fans' concerns about the depth of their fans addressing the fact that they are inviting people who claim that they're psychic mediums. Fans really feel like they're not being heard whenever Sam and Colby don't address weird people that they had ended up like bringing into their videos. There's so many Reddit threads about how Amanda was like faking being a psychic. I mean, I cannot confirm or deny because I'm literally not a psychic. We're not messing with the girl. They were like, this girl is full of shit, please address it. But they never ended up addressing it. The number one thing right now that fans are super irritated by has been the most recent 2 videos that Sam and Colby ended up posting this past like month. So first, let's start off with Sam literally summoning a demon. Sam, what are we doing here? Listen, I grew up with a God-fearing woman, okay? She is a God-fearing Christian woman. That we want to communicate with things that are not here and we want to summon them to up here. They will come. Not here, thank you very much. Controversy of Sam ended up doing that. A lot of fans were posting on TikTok of them pretty much redacting their support for the pair and the partners, saying like, I morally cannot relate nor accept what Sam is doing all because he's a skeptic, which is understandable. If you don't like what people are posting, it's so quick to just hit unfollow. There's been a lot of fans who do not like the fact that Sam is out here playing with things pretty much that he doesn't know. Another one is they were playing with a nice little Ouija board. And they pretty much in that video, when they were talking to that spirit, pretty much said that like they're faking it. And that was also a pretty big controversy as well. I'll post the TikToks here too. Of Sam and Colby posting and being on social media platforms for the past decade, they had ended up just accumulating some controversy along the way, credibility and their reliability as them being spiritual investigators as they claim. That's pretty much the entire wrapped up of Sam and Colby. That's their start and that's their current right now. If you'd like me to do a deep dive on, you know, the Trap House members and where they are now, I can for sure do that. Just let me know in the comments. If I missed anything, please comment. If I got anything wrong, please let me know. I'm not perfect. I've really been boiling up this research for like 2 months. Let me know who to post for the next time. Comment down below and subscribe. Okay, I come out with these videos and I very much do my research for it. Thank you very much.